Jasher?
So the Bible tells us and refers us to the book of Jasher. Jasher was not a man. It's called the book of the upright ones. All the upright ones since Adam wrote accounts in which they left as diaries to be put together. And this was in the Ark of the Covenant. This is information that was passed down from Noah to his son Shem, on and on and on. They all had a record that was left for us. And that's the book of Jasher. Now, going back to the original premise, where it says that they were marrying and giving in to marriage. Who are the they? Let's go to Genesis, the 6th chapter, in the first verse.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them.
Now you notice that this doesn't say that these are the sons of Cain or the sons of Seth. These are, and I'm saying that because Catholic churches are telling you, well, this is talking about the sons of Seth dealing with the other nations the Most High said don't deal with. Totally incorrect. This is talking about regular men and women. When they begin to multiply like the Most High said do. Read.
And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
Go ahead.
And daughters were born unto them.
Daughters were born unto them.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
They saw them, sons of God, which means angels, saw the daughters of men that they were fair. Now, before you believe that angels cannot fall and do this, remember, Satan fell from the beginning. So he's not the only one. 1/3 of the angels would eventually fall with him. The sons of God did what?
The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
So these were angels who saw women and thought that they were beautiful and did what?
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
That was a sin. They took them wives of all they chose. Now let's prove those sons of God is actually speaking of angels and not the sons of Seth. I need you to go to the book of Job 1 and 6. Hold what you have. Job 1 and 6 and 2 Peter 2 and 4.
Job chapter 1 verse 6.
Read.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
This is how we know that in Genesis the 6th chapter, when it says the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. It's not talking about the sons of Seth. This is talking about sons of God, which are angels. It came a day where the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. Now, only angels go before the Most High, not people. Read.
And Satan came also among them.
And at this time, Satan would come amongst them. He could come to the throne to report back and forth to the Father. How do we know this? This is from the heavenly realm. Read.
Verse 7. And the Most High said unto Satan, Whence comest thou?
Where are you coming from?
Then Satan answered the Most High and said, From going to and fro in the earth.
I was just going to and fro in the earth, proving this conversation is in the heavenly realm. So these sons of God are not on earth. They came from the heavenly realm, saw the daughters of women, the daughters of men, that they were fair, and had children. How do we know this? Hold that and go to 2 Peter 2 and 4.
2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4.
Read.
For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned.
If the Most High spared not the what that sinned?
The angels that sinned.
The angels that sinned, but did what?
But cast them down to hell.
So the question is, before these angels were cast down to hell, what was their sin? Go back to Genesis 6.
Genesis chapter 6 verse 1.
Read.
And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth,
They was multiplying like the Most High said in the beginning.
And daughters were born unto them.
Read.
That the sons of God
Now the angels
saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
They saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. They liked the way the women looked. Read.
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
That was their sin, because it wasn't meant for angels to deal with people. That's why it said the angels that sinned. So when people say, well, angels can't do that, they're not supposed to do that. That's the sin. So what came from this activity? You talking about the spiritual linking in with the physical. What came from this activity? Read.
Verse 3. And the Most High said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
When you look in the Hebrew, it's Napoleon. So from this angelic activity with people came giants. And they eventually began to consume or destroy the creation of the Most High. This is where you got these inordinate animals and all that too from. Like your dinosaurs, your Tyrannosaurus Rex, and all these mixing of animals. We're going to prove this out of Jasher. So they were making a new creation that will eventually destroy the Most High's creation. Similar to what's going on today. They're making Monsanto seeds and putting things in the water to turn a person and make them desire their own sex. Telling people they were born this way, when a lot of this is through their geoscience and vaccinations that are having these children born with 2 sexual organs and all these things. It's the same exact spirit. It's Satan bringing forth his spirit to consume the creation of the Most High. We needed an ark before the flood. We needed the ark, to get us through the flood. And we're going to need Christ to get us through this one. That's why Christ says, disciples ask him, when shall that day be? He says, they will be married and given in the marriage. So the same things that happened before the flood is going on right now. There's activity. You see videos out there that show things coming into our atmosphere, and the media is just ignoring it, passing it off as if it's just something that, some phenomenon, when they know exactly what it is. It's the same exact thing. So let's go into the book of Jasher. Before you go there, let's read in Genesis a little bit more, so that the brothers and sisters will understand the spirit of the technology and the destruction that came with this activity. Read.
Genesis chapter 6 verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
There was Nephilim. Read.
And also after that.
And also after that, to show you that it happened after the flood too. Read.
When the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them.
And they bare children to them. So this is no normal children. Because people were having children way before that. They tell you that, Genesis 6 in the first verse. When men began to multiply on the earth. So people were marrying before this action. So this is a separate action. This is the they that Christ was speaking of. Marriages outside of the natural order. Let's go into the book of Jasher, the 4th chapter. Jasher 4. Read.
Start a few verses up.
Yeah.
Jasher chapter 4 verse 14.
Go ahead.
And Methuselah called his name Noah, saying, The earth was in his days at rest and free from corruption. And Lamech his father called his name Manicham, saying, This one shall comfort us in our works, and miserable toil in the earth, which the Most High had cursed.
So the Most High is preparing Noah in this earth to follow him, to protect mankind from this evil exercise of angels mixed with people. Read.
Verse 15. And the child grew up and was weaned.